Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Global Diamond Broker Hard Truth Podcast, episode 81. I'm your host, GIA Judy.
You sound so civilized. Like, how is it the camera comes on and all of a sudden you go from someone who's blowing burps on me to, like, who does that anyway? To this lovely little, your demeanor is so meticulous.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Like, if they only knew the real you. And I'm Colin Ferguson.
Thank you so much for that lovely intro.
The Global Diamond Broker. Who has a TikTok that's just passed 900,000 views. Now, does that make me famous? 'Cause this
Not quite. It makes you a micro-influencer. Just so you know.
That's not anything like a micro...
No.
Scope, is it? It's okay. Never mind. I'm a very shallow human being.
We know.
Okay, good.
Tell us something we don't already know.
900,000. It's going to hit 1 million. It's well over 900,000, okay?
Yep.
And now we have over 8,000 followers on Instagram. Mm-hmm. All thanks to my incredible ability to capitulate about the diamond industry. Now, I understand.
Wait, finish your sentence.
Oh, and you.
Thanks.
And so, so I guess we're switching up the podcast a little bit after what would you call it this afternoon? A little bit of a, would you call that a meltdown you had, or a mean down, or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we're
I don't apologize for it, though.
We're going Hollywood.
I don't apologize for it,
We're
though,
going,
just so you know.
don't apologize for anything.
I know. So we're
You're
gonna
apologetically unapologetic.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No, you're unapologetically unapologetic.
Yeah, isn't that what you just said?
No, I said apologetic.
Sorry, I'm feeling dyslexic right
See,
now.
you just said sorry, though. You can't do that, okay?
Okay, anywho, we're going to switch gears a little bit.
And go Hollywood. I'm going to be Clint Eastwood.
I don't know who that is.
Really? You don't know who Clint Eastwood is?
No.
Wow.
Should I know who Clint Eastwood is?
Yeah, I think you should know who Clint Eastwood is. $1 Billion Baby? $1 Million Baby? Story about the female boxer.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
You don't know who Clint Eastwood is?
No. Okay, I told you I don't know who Clint Eastwood is. What's his name? Clint Westwood?
Eastwood.
Anyways, let's talk a little bit about celebrity diamonds.
Okay.
Okay. We have the Golden Globes.
Yes.
The 81st Golden Globes.
Just went past.
Just went past.
And the host was your boy, the Asian guy from...
Joe Coy.
Joe Coy.
He got so much backlash, though.
Terrible.
Yeah.
He was awful.
He was awful.
Right? Although his
people were saying
impersonation of Asians and their different accents is one of the funniest
so
skits
funny.
I've seen
I love
in a
that
while.
video. But yeah, he did not make a good impression. People were saying he got canceled before he even started his career, which really is unfortunate, but I don't even know what he said.
I thought he was... I think the guy's quite funny.
Anyways, I want to talk a bit about a couple of big celebrities. Starting off with Margot Robbie, who also is known for her role in the Barbie movie that came out last year.
See, I don't know who that is.
Margot Robbie. This is Margot. Oh.
No, that's Margot's breast. Sorry.
Sorry. Anyways, the Barbie star wore a 60-carat oval-shaped diamond drop earrings and a 35-carat oval diamond ring. And she joked on the red carpet, "I didn't know diamonds came that big."
What does that mean exactly?
Well, I guess she didn't know diamonds came that big.
60 carats?
60 carats on her ears.
And who were they? Who made them? Because little known fact, one of my companies had diamonds on the Academy Awards. Now, this is in another lifetime. I've only been here in the industry for 41 years. And it cost me $25,000 US to the star who wore them. And you're going to ask me to name the star, and I can't remember her name.
Well, actually, I wasn't going to.
Because you would never know who it was anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you weren't born. That's crazy.
Precisely.
Okay.
I actually don't know who made it. She did wear... Yeah, I don't know who made it. Anywho.
So what happens with these shows, though, is people sponsor. Mm-hmm. They want to get their stuff on there.
It's like advertisement. Very like expensive advertisement.
So you have to ship the diamonds. You have to ship it weeks in advance, mm-hmm. if I remember correctly. I think we shipped ours like 12 weeks in advance, and they have to have it, and they get it in the vault, and then you select the star, and the star has to agree to wear it, and then you have to pay the star what they want, which in this case was, pardon me, sushi.
You're pardoned.
$25,000 US.
Sheesh.
Nothing. Not worth any part of it, to tell you the truth. But
did it work?
No, not really. I mean, we got some marketing out of it and stuff, but nothing substantial enough to make it worth it. So, listen, the next time we do the podcast, can you come with a little bit more information prepared?
Oh, sure. No worries.
Because normally they talk about who it is.
Well, this specific one didn't. Thank you very much.
Bad draw on the first one, eh?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm freaking self-conscious and I don't want to do the rest of this.
Just go. Okay. Like, what is?
We also had
become such a late wait. You've hung around me long enough. You should be like.
I need a positive reinforcement, and for you to sit here.
Oh, that's not me. I'm so negative.
I know.
Like,
you
as
really
a
are.
human being.
Anyway, so we have Jennifer Aniston, who wore a beautiful Dolce & Gabbana jumpsuit, and she added extra glam to her outfit with a De Beers set of diamond earrings.
Nice.
And a Toi et Moi diamond cocktail ring, which is, I was going to say, one of the
Toi et Moi.
Can you translate that?
3 is me.
No, not that. Not toi. Toi. There's a difference.
Hold it. Not toi. Toi. T-R-O-I-S.
No, T-O-I.
Oh, toi.
Toi et moi.
Toy for me.
You and me.
Oh, you. Toi. Oh, like.
Like toi et moi. Okay.
Toi.
Yes.
Toi, yeah.
Anyways, Toi et Moi rings have made a huge surge this year.
You and me, like 2 rings, 2 diamonds together and stuff, right?
Yeah.
2 different diamonds.
Remember when we did the Toi et Moi earrings for the New York Fire Department?
Fire Department people.
So.
The first responders.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, that's interesting.
That's all I have to say.
You'll get so there's the Hollywood Report, but you've got the Academy Awards coming up. When are they? You better get on your phone and Google that one too. This is a new section for Judy that I sort of thought would be a lot of fun. I learned something today.
When is
I don't know French.
Yeah, I thought you did. March 10th.
March 10th, January, February, March. Yeah, it's coming right up. I wonder if we can get precursors on what they're wearing. I don't think we can, but yeah, it's exciting. The Academy Awards especially. I always think back to the 80-carat Chopard champagne diamond was one of my favorite ones. I was heavily into 80-carat Chopard. Think of what that baby's worth.
It's like a fucking baseball.
Yeah, it's like a baseball. Anyway, that was very well done, GIA Judy, as our new segment.
Thank you so much.
Hey. And now I'm supposed to take care of all the boring stuff. The stuff
shit, yeah.
Judy doesn't want to do anymore. Like, well, I'm sick and tired of talking about lab-grown versus mined.
I think the listeners could agree, but I could be wrong.
Well, I think
it's an important subject to talk about.
So we're going to segment this show into, we're going to have the Hollywood stuff. We're actually hoping to get some actual movie people to come on the podcast soon. So I'm going to start inviting people I know. I could tell my Kim Kardashian stories or my Elton John.
Is that appropriate for this podcast?
It will be. We're starting to grow now. We're on the
Kim
grow.
K one? The Kim K story.
No, the story's not really.
We can't tell the Kim K story.
It's a good story if you're me.
Yeah.
But we can't really tell it here. Well, we might be able to. Let's just... Yeah, we'll think about that one. We're not telling it today, for sure. So you'll have to stay tuned to hear the Kim K story. For those of you who haven't heard it, if you know me, you've probably heard it because I'm quite proud.
Okay, let's cut to the chase.
Okay. So, but And then there's current events.
So what's happening in the diamond industry today? Because clearly Colin's a student of the business.
Because, I am always shocked because I get up every single morning, and while I'm doing my cardio on the bike or on the elliptical, I read the news in the diamond industry. And today, I found it fascinating that the industry is losing its frigging mind. It's losing its mind, as I like to say, because they're going crazy. Now, today, all the news is someone will understand what happens. And we learned this from Donald Trump, is the misinformation that is reported. And so let me give you a vivid example, because I had to explain to this beautiful woman the other day from Montreal who is looking for a diamond, because if something happens, now I don't really think this is the spirit of engagement at work, but if something happens, she wants to have a resale value. And she's looking at a 6 carat, and I had to explain to her that whether a diamond comes out of a mine or a diamond comes out of a laboratory, that there really is no resale value. I mean, you'll get someone who will pay you something for it, for sure, but to think of it as something that's an appreciating asset where you'll wear it for 10 years and then be able to sell it for more, well, if that were the case, you'd have a guarantee from every jeweler in the world saying, I'll buy it back after 10 years for what you paid.
But they buy it back, and then what? It's like the next ring that they make you, they're just going to upcharge the shit out of it.
Well, if they trade it in, they won't buy them back, period. They won't give a dollar value for it, period. Yeah. And so this is what happens. And so this is in the news now because they're starting to sell the same old story again because they don't have anything else. They've been undermined by the lab-grown industry. We've been talking a lot about the fact that, what's going on with the lab-grown diamonds being marked as real and being in the market and being sold as real. We were talking to Myanmar the other day. Were you here for that phone call? You missed that phone call where they're selling them and discounting them because they're lab-grown diamonds. They're calling them mined and selling them at discounts to what the GIA certificate should say. It's quite an amazing thing going on in the industry right now. So I think sooner or later, unless there's some great change in the way these things are produced in the laboratory where they'd be marked or something, which I can't imagine, I think you're going to start to see parity more than you're going to start to see distinction of the diamond classes, because a diamond's a diamond, as the Federal Trade Commission in the U.S. has determined. They're diamonds. So there's that. So, I mean, this is the things that are going on in the industry today. And it's hard to sit here and do the podcast and not think that from our perspective that we're being boring. But this is really going on in a multi-billion-dollar. Remember a long time ago when we reported that there's $12 billion in revenue of lab-created diamonds. Yeah. I mean, what is it today? 30 billion? 50 billion? I mean, it's with a bullet, and it's growing every single day. People are opting not just for the economical benefit,
but the ethical
and the
environmental.
And next week, I would love to know this. How many people at the Golden Globes, I mean, this is in California, or at the Academy Awards, will be wearing laboratory-created diamonds? Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got, LVMH touting them as luxury. You have brands in the world that are saying, look, Dior is another example. I mean, is Dior going to be represented? Or their jewelry going to be there that comes out of laboratories for
What's the name of the company?
Ethical and environment?
We did a TikTok.
Environmental.
We did a TikTok on it a few weeks ago, or a few months ago.
Which one?
Fendi. Was it Fendi?
No, it was Dior.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, that's awkward. So who was it? Fendi? Maybe it was Fendi. I think you're right. I think it was Fendi. But these brand names,
these luxury
brand names associated with the finest qualities in the world,
have embraced lab-grown diamonds.
Are literally ordaining them as luxury. And if you're a luxury person, like a lot of the woke are.
I thought you don't like using that word.
I hate that word. But environmental, right? Here's my biggest thing is I worry about our environment, and mining definitely contributes a great deal of issues to the environment. And so, and none of it positive. And so when I look at it from my perspective, I think, gee, would I want a lab grown or a mined? It's hard for me to sit there and think that there's a benefit to getting a mined diamond when at the end of the day on my finger, I mean, I would know the difference.
You wouldn't want to feel guilty looking at your hand every day.
Right? The fur coats
of the diamond world.
Of the diamond world is what they were calling them in California. The fur coats of the diamond. So we're going to have to see what goes on. Anyway, so that's kind of the first report from Hollywood on the podcast. It's interesting that it's an interesting question to ask, and I guess there is, a real connection between what goes on in these shows coming up, and we're going to keep a close eye because this is where what's doing well is going to show up in the world, I think. Is on the Academy Awards, is on the Golden Globe Awards, and wherever else we can go look and find out what's going on globally. I know there's shows in Asia. When I was spending a lot of time in Singapore and Southeast Asia, and I forget the name of the show, it doesn't come to me right now, where those stars would wear the diamonds, and let's see what they're wearing. It's an exciting time.
I'll be more prepared next time.
Pardon me?
I'll be more prepared next time.
No, I think it's fine. I think, our podcast is kind of laid back and informational. Usually we're cuter and funny than we are today, but...
what do you mean?
Well, you know what I mean. You're mean, is what I mean. Just kidding. But yeah, so there we are. So you're going to get more. We're struggling a little bit right now to find the direction we want to take the podcast. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we argue and fight about it off screen like
an old married couple.
Like an old married couple, okay? And by the way, like an old married couple, so far it's however many to 0 for her.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't win any of these discussions or arguments.
I'm always right. You have to just agree and say, yes, dear.
And we know she's always right because what happens is if she doesn't like what she hears, she slams the computer down.
No, I don't. I don't slam. I don't slam.
I close gently. She puts it down. She looks at me. She packs her bag. And she goes out the door. End of conversation.
Yeah.
It's quite dramatic, really.
It's not dramatic. I just want to cool down before I say anything that I don't.
But why do you get hot up?
Because I have to work with you.
What's the problem? I'm laid back. I'm handsome. I'm compassionate. I'm handsome.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Enough?
You are just so difficult to work with.
Am I?
Sometimes,
give me an example of how I'm. Can we do? Let's do the Benjamin Franklin.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Where you put on the one side, you put a line down the middle, and you go the reasons yes and the reasons no. I'll do one on you.
Okay, we're not doing a therapy session in front of our podcast listeners. If you made it this far, thank you, and I'm so sorry. Okay.
I've never... Oh, sorry.
Why are you out of the frame?
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, I think that's all from me today. Is that all from you, Colin?
That's... is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, you have to tell me.
Oh, my God.
I think it's... See? It's all for me today.
So
anyway,
frustrating.
we're excited about moving forward with it. We're going to make some changes. Please bear with us a little bit as we
Bear with Colin.
as we evolve and we grow. It's called growing pains. And by the way, we're growing. If you don't think we are, please go see our social media and what's going on. We're going to have new websites soon. We're going to be selling directly online soon. There's a lot going on. We're busy AF. And we really want this podcast, which we started together a very long time ago, to be a place where you can come and really learn about the industry, have some fun, and get answers to the questions that are important to you. So if there's anything you want us to talk about or do,
yeah, suggestions are highly recommended.
Right? We're happy to do it.
Alrighty. See you next week.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in.